Hello, this is problem number 85 in geometry, and we're working with plotting these various points, and then we're going to determine, after plotting these points, what type of polygon they've created, and then we're also going to use our transformation knowledge to try and rotate it 90 degrees clockwise. So here's our original points, A, B, C, and D. We're given the coordinates, so I'm going to place those on this grid we have. So A is the point -3, 4. So -3, 1, 2, 3. So point A. Point B is the point 1, 6. So there's that. Point C is the point 5, -2. There. And D is the point 1, -4. Okay, let me see if I connect these dots here. I said to connect them in order from A to B, to C to D. And we end up getting this polygon, which looks an awful lot like a rectangle. In fact, part of the problem suggested that it was a rectangle. We need to somehow prove or disprove that it is or is not a rectangle. So let's go back to the question. So a rectangle is a four-sided polygon of 4 right angles. Does the shape you graphed appear to be a rectangle? Use slope to justify your answer. So yes, it appears to be a rectangle, but we got to find out if it actually is a rectangle. And to do that, we got to prove that these are right angles. In order to prove that these are right angles, we need to show that the slopes of these lines are negative reciprocals of each other. Remember, parallel lines are equal, and perpendicular lines are negative reciprocals of one another. So let's find the slope of AB here first. So slope is change in y over change in x, rise over the run. So this is 2 over 1, 2, 3, 4. If I can count. So 2 over 4 is 1/2. So this is the slope of 1/2. DC down here is also a slope of 2 over 4, so this also has a slope of 1/2. So we know that AB is parallel to DC, which is good in our quest to prove that it's a rectangle. Now we just gotta see what the slope is of BC and AB. So let's find the rise of the run of those. So from B to C, we're going down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And over 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 divided by 4 is 2, and this is a negative slope, so this is a slope of -2, which is the negative reciprocal of 1/2. So we know that always BC is perpendicular to AB and DC. Let's just double check to make sure that AD has the same slope here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is the vertical distance. 1, 2, 4 is the horizontal. A before is 2, the negative slope, so it checks out. So yes, we have proved that it is a rectangle because the opposite sides are parallel, the adjacent sides are perpendicular. We can tell by the slopes, so therefore those are all right angles. The next part of the problem says, suppose the rectangle is rotated 90 degrees clockwise about the origin. So what are the coordinates of these main vertices? So let's just draw it, and that'll be easy to find the vertices from there. So we're going to rotate it clockwise 90 degrees. So it's spinning around the origin here. Every single point is rotating clockwise 90 degrees, so it's going to move 1 quadrant over. So if our original point A is -3, 4, and we rotate it 90 degrees over here, it's going to end up in this quadrant 1 over here. So -3, 4 becomes 4, 3. So this is our new point, A prime. Then B is going to rotate from 90 degrees clockwise. It's going to go from quadrant 1 here, and it's going to rotate into quadrant 4. So if it started off at 1, 6, it's now going to be at 6, negative 1. So there's B prime. And point C and D were in here in quadrant 4. They're going to end up here in quadrant 3. So point C is over 5 down 2, so 5, negative 2. So when that rotates, it's going to end up being negative 2, negative 5. There. And then D, if that was at 1, negative 4, when it rotates over here, is going to be at negative 4, negative 1. Okay, so to give you a better idea of what that looks like, let's do that in that's not what I want. That's not what I want either. Oh no. Oh no. Undo. Technical difficulties here. That's the one I want. Okay. See if we can get rid of that piece there that we don't want. I don't know. I give up. Okay. You're going to draw on top of that. Get the idea. So that's what our new rectangle looks like. A little extra bit of art there. So our coordinates A prime would be 4, 3. B prime would be 6, negative 1. C prime would be negative 2, negative 5. And D prime would be negative 4, negative 1. And so we could find those points of rotation by either visually seeing how they rotated from one quadrant to the next. We could use the coordinates as they rotated to find new ones. We could, use this was a Quizzer test or something physically in front of us. We could use tracing paper or turn our paper to visually see how it rotates. And if we really wanted to bring math and geometry into it, once we found one point, we could use the slopes and the distances between these points to help us find how to get to the next one. So if you have questions, feel free to leave the comments. I'll just see you at the next video.